Hey, it's Lisa here with a love note for February 19th. Today's love note's a little different. You know, the guides come in and talk a lot about how much we're loved and reminding us all the time that we are loved unconditionally, without end, just by nature of being us, who we are, exactly as we are, that we are worthy and deserving of love, and that in the spirit world, the guides love us unconditionally. And I kind of want to make this a reverse love note back to them. And for my gratitude and appreciation to the guides, not just for loving us unconditionally, but for guiding us. And for what a difference there is in life when we will actually lean in to the guidance that we receive. Not only lean in and listen, hey lady, it's good to see you. Not only lean in and listen, but actually take action on the guidance. You know, I spent so much of my life resisting the guidance and then spending so much time up in my head rather than just taking action. You know, talking myself out of stuff, getting confused in my head, trying to do the logical, rational thing according to some random standard that I don't even know what the hell it is. And I missed so many opportunities to just listen and act. And somewhere along the line, this year, I don't know why, but I was like, you know what, screw it. How about I listen and actually act? How about I actually lean into the guidance? How about I trust that my guides always have my back? How about I have faith that if I actually follow the guidance, good things are going to happen and it's going to be better than I could have ever figured out on my own. Every time I use the phrase figure it out, I know that that's me being up in my head and standing in between me and my guidance. You know, these bowls are a perfect example. So I was guided to get these crystal singing bowls, I don't know, back in 2019. And at the time I was like, I don't have the money for this. The suckers are expensive. And I did not have the extra cash just sitting around to buy crystal singing bowls. And yet it was really clear from my guides that I needed to. Okay. So I followed that guidance. And what's wild is that how much they have come into play in terms of the work I'm actually here to do. And now I totally see why I got the bowls, what I'm to do with them, why they're relevant, not just to me, but also to my clients, how sacred sound is such a powerful tool for all the spiritual work that I do and the spiritual work that I teach as well. And I didn't fully grasp that at the time. I just had to trust that there's some bigger reason. And if they're so insistent, that maybe I should actually listen. And I gotta say, not a single time have my guides let me down. Not a single time that I can think of have they led me down a path that was a bad path, or that I went, man, I wish I wouldn't have freaking listened to them. I wish my guides would just shut up or something like that. Never has that happened. It's like when I will actually align with them and actually listen to what they have to say, it's always been for my best interest. It's always been for aligning my life more with my soul in such a way that it brings me joy. It's always been with aligning in such a way that I can serve and act in a place that is actually a contribution for the world bigger than I could have ever figured out on my own. They push me. They ask me to be brave. They ask me to get really far outside my comfort zone in a way that feels, well, wildly uncomfortable. They encourage stuff that I spend more time shaking my head going, I'm pretty sure I've lost my ever-loving mind. People are going to think I'm batshit crazy or whatever. And yet, even though all these little doubts in my head, all these little things going on that I try to get in the way of that, every time I just get my human ego mind out of the way and follow the guidance, life is better every single time. And today I'm just grateful. I am worn out. This week has been a wonderful, incredible, amazing blessing of divine guidance and just here, hey, we need you to do this and do that and do whatever. It's been a wild week. There has been so much going on. I had the privilege of getting to play chauffeur to my daughter again, who's, 17 and has her own car, but she hasn't been able to get her little VW Beetle out of our driveway because there's so much snow. So I've had the chance, the opportunity to drive her back and forth to swim practice, and it's been a blessing. But there's been just so much like 3D human stuff and then a whole bunch of spiritual stuff this week. And I was like, man, why do you guys keep me so busy? And they told me today, they were like, when you're busy, you don't get up in your head and overthink things so much. And we actually like working with you when you're not up in your head overthinking things so much. So it's almost like when I do stay busy with both the spiritual and the human and, all the other stuff, they have a greater opportunity to get through to me because I'm not making it more difficult and creating the blocks and the overthinking and the figuring it out and trying to be all logical and reasonable and blah, 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 all that crap that gets in the way. I am incredibly grateful that they're patient with me. I am incredibly grateful that they are infinitely loving. I am incredibly grateful when they see my potential and my strengths when I don't. I'm incredibly grateful that they connect me with people on the path that we can be mutually supportive of each other. People that are like soul family. People that, cheer me on even when I'm going, what the hell is going on? And that I can cheer on too. I'm incredibly grateful that they make all of that possible. And I'm incredibly grateful that they didn't give up on me and gave me a chance to find my own courage, find my own faith muscle, lean in, find that trust with them and with myself and with other people, to lean in more, to step outside the comfort zone more, to take that leap and just trust that things are going to work out. Life is different when you play by those rules or non-rules, whatever. And if it wasn't for my relationship with my guides, I wouldn't know that. I just wouldn't know it. And I just can't express how grateful I am. So today's love note, I really just wanted it to be a reverse love note back to the guides, letting them know how grateful I am, letting them know how much I love them, because I know that their love for me is infinite, just like your guides' love for you is infinite and without end. And I guess the message for you, I'm getting all teary even saying this. So I guess the message for you is really, if you haven't thought about developing a relationship with your guides, or if you haven't thought about leaning more into that relationship, I just want to encourage it, because it is it changes your life. It just changes your life in a way that is so uplifting and motivating and encouraging and inspiring. But the people that you meet along the way, the opportunities you get along the way, the things you have a chance to do along the way are the things that are difference makers in life. And I am just so very grateful, so very grateful. Elena, I see you saying, I felt this gratitude from my guides and the angels and deities that work with me this morning. It's a beautiful place to be. Yeah. Here I am. I was sitting there going, I need to do a video. What am I going to talk about? And I am tired. Really exhausted. But at the same time, this has been such a transformational week, and I'm so blown away by it that all I can do is have this heart full of gratitude and this heart full of love. And I know that they know. I know that they know. And that's the cool thing. But I guess I just wanted to express it publicly as an encouragement for anyone else out there who has been thinking, what is this guide thing all about? What is she talking about? She does all these wild things that don't make any sense, and I don't know why, or whatever. If you don't have a relationship with your guides, it'll be one of the coolest relationships you ever develop if you decide to lean into that. If you don't know how to lean into that, if you don't know how to access your guides, let's talk. That's part of what I help people learn how to do. But I'm just so grateful, and I'll leave it at that. I'm grateful to my guides, and I'm grateful to every one of you friends out there who, especially those of you who are also on this journey, who have been leaning into your guides, like you, Elena, like so many other people that have been leaning in. And when we are all leaning in together and able to support one another in our leaning in, it's like it's this big, beautiful, mutually compounding ball of awesome that's just that I truly believe makes the world a better place. I truly believe that. And so thanks to the guides, thanks to all you friends. Remember always that you really are incredibly loved. Your guides have your back. They want the best for you. They want you to align with your soul and your soul's mission. They want you to interact and meet other people in this life that are on similar paths and purposes and missions as you, so you can support one another. So it's just a matter of remembering always that you are loved, because when you do, it really does help you develop that courage to get outside the comfort zone and pay that love forward in big and meaningful and significant ways. Have a beautiful night, and I will see you tomorrow.